Donald Trump's approval ratings are the lowest for any recent president entering the White House. According to the CNN ORC poll, Trump's approval rating is 40%, compared to President Obama's 84% in 2009, former President George W. Bush's rating 61%, and former President Bill Clinton had a 67% rating. The poll also reveals there are growing doubts the president-elect will be able to handle the job. About 53% say Trump's statements and actions since Election Day have made them less confident in his ability to handle the office. And of course, Trump fired back on Twitter by saying this: the same people who did the phony election polls and were so wrong are now doing approval rating polls. They are rigged just like before, even though this is the same guy, folks, who often cited polls when it was in his favor. Absolutely. I'm like, shut up.
Absolutely. Well, you know, Roland, everybody, this is very clear. Donald Trump won a minority of eligible voters. Those approval rating points are just about, they're generally a little higher than the percentage of people who voted for him if you take all registered voters. And you shared something, retweeted something yesterday from 538. Nate Silver says, okay, take plus or minus a couple of points on any of these polls. So that shows you that, yeah, those polls, election polls, weren't necessarily wrong. They were just off by a couple of points. But if you look at approval ratings, that's about his level of support.
I think that Donald Trump needs to stay off Twitter. He is the head of state.
No question.
He's the head of state, and he needs to act with the level of seriousness that position requires.
Authenticity.
They do. This is true. This is true. They want authenticity, but he needs to stay off Twitter. There's got to be some fatigue with his beefs with Meryl Streep, with his concern and beef with John Lewis, an American hero, and now he's going back and forth. He just needs to stop.
Except for Putin. That's his friend.
Kickstart your day at 7 and get the news you need from the perspective you want. NewsOne Now with Roland Martin, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.